Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's Career Conversation series. Delighted to have all of you join today. And what we're going to do today is basically dive into an inspiring career journey at Radisson Hotel Group. So, first quick introduction. My name is Amy Bouwman. I'm the Global Brand Compliance and Implementation and Audit Manager at Radisson. And today I have an absolute pleasure to have Fabrice with me. So he's a greatly experienced general manager. He has been with Radisson for a very long time, almost over 20 years, and currently based in Marrakesh. So just to quickly introduce you, what we're going to talk about in this session is basically for Fabrice to tell us what was his journey like as a general manager within Radisson Hotel Group, any tips he has for all of you and for myself as well, to having a successful career within Radisson, and basically what it takes to grow into a general manager role in Radisson Hotel Group. Just for you to know, we always have a Q&A session at the end of the session. So if you have any questions for him, just feel free to drop them in there as well. And then at the end, we will just cover everything and get some more insights into his inspiring journey. So Fabrice will join us shortly. Here we go. Here's Fabrice. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Marrakesh, to this marvelous, magical city of Marrakesh.
Thank you, Fabrice. I'll give a quick introduction. Basically, Fabrice is very internationally minded. He's half Greek, half French, born in France. Currently married, has two boys, or if I can use your words, two grown men by this point. You've lived in a lot of places, USA, Switzerland, Mauritius, and Reunion Island even. So quite international scope already. And then within your 20 years in Radisson, you have had the pleasure to open many, many properties. So as far as I know, it's going to be the Nice property, the Radisson Blu in Nice, in Paris, in Marseille. And then there's another 9 properties that you've been able to open in Morocco. So that's already a great accomplishment. And then currently you're residing as a general manager in the Radisson Blu in Marrakesh. And of course, if that's not enough, you're also a part-time professor, as far as I understood. It's a business school based in Marrakesh, but it is related to your old hotel school in Lausanne, right? Okay, very good. Then I think we'll just dive into it. Maybe to break the ice a little, we have a little bit of an introductory question to see who you are as a person, who you draw your inspiration from. So if you had the opportunity to talk to anyone, besides me, who would you like to speak to? Real, it can be a fake person, anyone.
Well, I'm very pleased to talk to you, Amy, today, but I would love to, maybe not to talk, but to play a little bit of paddle tennis with the 3 fantastic players that are Rafael Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic, because I'm a big tennis fan. So former player, now I'm slightly older, I play paddle tennis. So I think that they are really inspiring persons. And just for instance, Federer explained that during his long career, he won 83% of the matches, but it was only 44 to 57 of the points. So I think it's very inspiring. It's about focusing on the next points and never give up and better manage the big moments. So a lot of admiration for those players and for their longevity also. So 2 of them, they just retired now, but so I would love to play with them.
I bet they would love to play with you as well. Okay, so let's dive into your career a little bit. So as you know, you've been with Radisson for a long time, 20 plus years. Radisson generally is all about creating memorable moments. So if you would look back in your journey, what are the highlights that have made your career memorable with us?
As you said, I've done quite a lot of openings, and openings is something very, very special. It's an incredible human adventure. You start from scratch, and you are the only one in the building, not finished building, and you have to find the right team. So you have a large field of possibilities. So this is really something It's a countdown, so it's a little bit stressful, of course, because you have 3 months and 2 months and less and less, and you have to really to make the right choice with it's like a puzzle. Every piece has to be in the right place, every person, every system, every process. And if a single piece is missing, I mean, the whole picture is not looking good. So it's something very, very special, and I will keep this in mind. Secondly, the moments I will certainly keep in my heart for forever. It's all the responsible business actions. We've got in our hotels a lot of life stories. Sometimes it's great moment of joy, but sometimes it can be also tragedies, collective or personal tragedies. We had earthquake, for instance, here 2 years ago. We had, of course, Corona. But we have some personal drama sometimes, and I think that especially in Africa, we have this social role to play with empathy and humanity, and it's for me it's important. It's certainly something I will keep in my mind. For instance, here we have a good example. We have created 4 or 5 years ago now a nursery, a baby staff nursery. So that's unique in Africa
Very nice.
For Radisson. It's free of charge, of course, and as you know, ladies, half of the humanity knows how difficult it is to combine a career and a maternity. So with this solution, it makes it easier. So the ladies do not have to choose, and for me, it's a great choice every morning to see women from the hotel pushing strollers and taking their babies to the nursery. So this is something that is very strong for me, and that bring a lot of emotions for me that I will remember forever, for sure.
That's amazing. Really nice. I had no clue. I didn't know that. So is that also the thing that keeps you motivated to stay with Radisson for 22 years, that you get to do all of these openings and these new initiatives by yourself?
Yeah, for sure. And what keeps me motivated also is that that's a relationship. So Chema often talks about I mean, the hospitality, the beauty of hospitality, and it's about people. And in a single day, I was thinking this morning, for instance, today in my hotel, we have actors because we accommodate a movie shoot. We have plenty of movie shoot here in Marrakesh. We have airline crews. We accommodate some companies, some from US, from Canada, France, Doha. We have a seminars with doctor. That's the last seminar of the year. We have also, of course, a lot of leisure guests. So that's the opportunity to meet different people from plenty of countries, and to build relation with those peoples. So it's a great chance, I think. And of course, that's the same chance we have with the associates, with the team members, even more, because we spend more than half of our day of our life. So it's fantastic to be, I say, surrounded by smart people and nice and passionate like I am. So we can debate in the diversity, and we can have nice discussions. It's always good.
It's a continuous learning path.
Yes, that's exactly that. But the other thing that keep me motivated is the satisfaction of building something meaningful over the long term. It's exactly the same as Federico was saying last week about the 5 years plan. I mean, execute plans one after one. It's about perseverance. It's about consistency. I mean, it's easy to be good or even excellent for some weeks or for some months, but I think it's a great source of satisfaction to do it on a long term, because you can see the results. We say Paris ne s'est pas fait un jour. Paris was not done in one day. So I've got this sentence also in mind. It's coming from a Michelin company, the ones who are doing the tires. The only real performance are the one that lasts. So it's about it. They made this for the durability of the tires, and also for the chef de cuisine to maintain on the long term their famous stars Michelin. But you need to be good every day. So it means that you need to have
consistency and durability.
Exactly,
Okay.
perseverance and consistency. So this is keeps me motivated, I think.
I think it's a very good lesson to learn. So taking that into account, and also speaking of the successes and everything you've talked about, um, what do you think would be a good thing to tell yourself a few years ago? So what do you wish you had known before you started this journey?
I think it was before I joined the company. So the company, it was 23 years ago now, about 23 years ago. But empowerment is key. And I think in our company, we perfectly understand this key um, for success. Accepting to let go some control. I mean, it's not a weakness. Delegate more to build stronger collaboration and trust. So you get people around you that are smarter than you. So sometimes it's you are tempted to recruit someone who look like you, or even who is not as good as you. But you have to accept that
Yeah.
there are better people in their own field of expertise, and you let them do, and you have to diversify also your team. So this is, and sincerely, I perfectly know the company now. I've been working in many countries and with many openings. This yes, I can spirit and philosophy, it just works. I mean, if you apply it correctly, because all the groups, they want to have their staff to satisfy their guests, of course, fully. And
Mhm.
they have plenty of nice values as we have. We have 7 values, but if you go to other companies, you will see that they also have values, but not all of them. They give the tools and the means to their associates to do it. And certainly this Yes, I Can program is really well done. For instance, a waiter is not just someone who carries plates, or receptionist. It's not only check in, check out. I mean, they're responsible to apply, of course, the corporate standards. That's the
Mhm.
minimum. But also, and above that, that's satisfaction. And when you have a certain freedom, and they have this freedom, and they get the ownership of the result and of the satisfaction. And so it works. I mean, they are the only one to be in front of the guest, to be on the spot. They can decide yeah, immediately. They don't have to refer to the boss or to HOD, or so to find the solution, to give the compensation. So it make I think a huge difference. That's why I appreciate this group. And yeah, this approach is really not the same as in some other groups I know.
I think this is a perfect example of why you're so successful in Radisson with over 20 years. If you live and breathe our beliefs, that it shows and you empower the team. It's really good to hear. Um, and also because you've traveled around so much, like I introduced before, there's so many properties you've been involved in, the openings mainly. Um, how did that journey go? Because you had to travel a lot. So how did you manage all the change and the travels with personal, but also career-wise?
Well, I would say that from the very beginning, you know that it's something that is part of the job. I mean, for some people, it could be an inconvenience, but for me, it was one of the big advantage, and I also uh, decided to choose this job for this particularity. So
Okay.
as a joke, I would say being paid and to travel and discover the world, because I mean you can go in fantastic countries and cities and practicing your job. There are not a lot of jobs where you get this kind of privilege. I mean, if you have for many professions, you have your local clientele, and it forces you to remain in the same place your life. For instance, a doctor, a notary, or a lawyer. I
True.
don't know, but in our case, I think it's a chance, and we should use it. I mean, some people I respect prefer to stay their whole life in the same place, but I mean, it's one opportunity we have doing this job.
Yeah, true. Like we were just talking about before we started this session, we almost saw each other in Krakow by accident. So
Yeah,
it was kind of a
it's
nice
incredible.
coincidence 2 weeks ago.
And you will come
Um,
soon to Marrakesh, I hope.
I will very soon come to Marrakesh, no worries. So we talked a little bit about the challenges you've had in your career and things you had to learn. But what are any of the advantages that you had with traveling, meeting all these different cultures, different teams? Anything you learned there?
I think that the challenge is about personal life, because especially when you have kids. That should be true. And it's also a little message to the company, but it has changed those last years. Frequent change of schools, not always easy for kids and for the wife, especially during the school year. They have to change their friends, etc. But for them and for the whole family, I mean, it's a fantastic gain in flexibility, in agility, in how to adapt, also how to learn. Of course, you need to have also the good wife and partner. It's a lot of love from the beginning, because it's not very easy every day when you work for a business which never closes, and when you have to move. Sometimes your partner has to follow you, and I mean, they cannot do his or her own choice. That's let's say the challenging part. For the career growth, it's fantastic, because it's you expand the range of opportunities. Of course, if you are just limited to one country or to one continent, it's less opportunities to grow in the company. I would say also because we're talking about loyalty. 23 years with the company, 30 years with my fantastic wife, and so loyalty to the company, it's also important. So we are the service of the company. I mean, it doesn't mean that we should not accept anything. If we don't feel comfortable in a place or in a country, we can refuse. But it's also good, if you want to grow your career, to accept what the company need at the moment. And sometimes it can seem difficult, but because you get out of your comfort zone, of course. But at the end of the day, that's the best way to learn. I mean, you never grow better in difficulties or in challenges. So, for instance, we always try to do things differently here. Even little things. For instance, we never do the morning briefing in the same places. So we change inside the hotel. So it gives us the opportunity to have new perspective and to go a little bit deeper in certain topics. So yes,
interesting. I'm going to remember that one.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And so those were a little bit of the challenges as well that were there for the family. But what are the advantages of working with so many different cultures throughout your career?
Well, we discussed a little bit earlier about the fantastic Moroccan cuisine.
Yes.
So it's not only about discovering new cuisine. Of course, it's a full culture. You have the chance to embrace. You cannot get in a country without knowing the history. That's what I do. I mean, you have to be curious, of course, because you cannot enter somewhere without knowing the language, for instance. I mean, it doesn't mean that you need to talk perfectly, but you
Did you learn Arabic?
Yeah, I learned Arabic.
Wow.
Not easy, especially with the accent, especially with French people. You know, we are not very good in the languages. But I know perfectly about the traditions, the religion also. It's very important. The way you interact with people. So it requires a lot of curiosity, adaptability, and but once again, it makes you grow, because you become better. You have an open mind, you get more knowledges, you get more skills, you also gain new mental models. It doesn't mean that you need to lose the ones of your country where you were born or where you grew, but I mean you gain new knowledge and new skills, definitely, by knowing new culture. Diversity, it's about diversity.
Yeah, I can learn something from that. The farthest I've moved is from Netherlands to Belgium, so it hasn't been a very international move, but very, very a lot to learn from you. So is there any advice you can actually give us to someone that's on the same path as you, or someone that wants to take the same steps that you have done in your life?
I don't want to do some shine to Presidente Federico, but he said last week, how can I do better? But I really think about that. Be very ambitious. Be very ambitious. But in every simple things that you do, not just big things. There are not only big things openings, for instance, it's a big thing, but after sometimes there are some repetitive tasks or routine, but in everything you do, try to do it in a better way, and be very challenging with your colleague. It's very important with your associates, but treat them as your very first guest. I always considerated my staff members, my dear HODs and supervisors and all the staff really as my first guest. So we celebrate a lot, as much as we can, any single success. We don't like to defeat. We don't like to accept defeat as fate. So we fight for success. I think it's a great satisfaction when you fight a lot and you get success. But really, my real pleasure is to share it with all, not the team, but also the owners, the company. So I think it's sharing the success with everybody is something that can be very beneficial for the heart and for the soul and for everything.
Okay. But you mentioned a lot of things to consider. So you have the guests, you have your owners, you have the teams. So I know that everything is a balance, but if you have to prioritize, what do you think is the thing you have to really focus on to succeed?
As we all know, everything is linked. I mean, of course, we are right now in the process of the budget, so we will have very soon our targeted revenue, and we all know that we cannot reach our revenue without having high satisfaction of the guest. It's really important. But we also know that, as I said, my first guests are my staff, my associates. So happy guests, happy staff. I mean, you cannot have staff guests pleased when your staff doesn't feel comfortable and well. It's really important. And of course, at the same time, you cannot spend money with no limit. I mean, you sometimes would like, but
would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice. It would be fantastic. And but the good GOP is also very important to sustainability. So what I do, we've got plenty of KPI, and it helps to find the right balance. And sometimes we see that we are too low with GRI, for instance, with the guest with the quality. I mean, we know that we have to push and to give a little bit more staff, and so at every moment we have some focus to do. It can be on quality, it can be on loyalty. If our Radisson reward numbers are too low, it can be on revenue, of course, pushing, being more aggressive in sales, marketing. It can be on cost saving. So I mean, we've got all the data to follow that. So it's about finding the right balance, I would say.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I got nothing to add. So I think as a last question, and I think everyone would like to have this opportunity, but if you could speak to your former self, to your younger self, is there any piece of advice you would give yourself when you started Radisson Hotel Group?
I would say it seems a little bit maybe simple, but no limit to care. I mean, you have 24 hours in a day. Of course, you need to sleep a little bit to spend time with your friends, with your wife. But as soon as you work, and even outside the work, no limit to care. It's so important to take care of people, your guests, your staff again. No limit to dare. I mean, creativity. It's also a way to maintain your brain. I mean, in good shape. So and be a model. I know, be exemplary. Try to do things. You know that the teams, they follow the one who proves while doing and not just by talking. It's not do what I say. It's do what I do. So you just to try to be this model. And as Federico said also last time, I think it's very important. Choose something you are good at. For instance, I know that I have a lot of pleasure being with my guests, with my teams. Here, for instance, I've been with the same team for 10 years. So 10 years,
Oh, wow.
it could seem a lot, but we still have a lot of pleasure discussing. We know each other very, very well now. It's part of our life. I mean, 23 years in the company, it's maybe 1/3 of my whole life. So it's very important to choose something you're good at, and something, I mean, do not chase for titles or promotions. Sometimes it happens, you could be a regional director, you could be, we have proposals sometimes, but you really have to think, what do I appreciate truly? I mean, not to go on different tracks just for good salary. Salary is important, of course, but just for promotion. And after you're going to be sad and you will not do your work properly.
Yeah.
So it's important to have that. And yeah, just yes, a little piece
Do
of
what you enjoy. Make sure you
yeah,
keep
do
enjoy
something
doing
you
it.
enjoy. Definitely, definitely.
I think that's a beautiful end to the last question. Although it's not the last question, because we will go a little bit to the Q&A session. I have asked everything I wanted to, but I think there have been some questions posted for you. So let me just quickly go there. So I think, the first question is great, because you said that having a happy team is very important. So what is your approach to building a strong team culture when opening a new property in a new market?
Once again, diversity is very important. When I had to recruit my people here, yeah, I wanted to have only women first because women are hard workers. No, it's a joke. No, but sometimes if I could only have ladies, no. I think it's a mix of young. We've got people from all ages here, all colors, coming from many backgrounds, different backgrounds. For this reason, and they have very strong personalities, very different. And sometimes I have to find a way to make them together. But it's to accept the contradictions, to accept to be wrong, and to yeah. I think it was this approach to have different people, and it works. I mean, they are still here from the very beginning. I still have the same team, and they have, I think, pleasure, or they would have left. And yeah, and to feed them with projects, with plans to execute. So very important that they always have something to in mind to progress and to grow, and to give them freedom. Very important that they have this liberty to do things better than I could do in their own fields. And I'm just here to do coordination. And
I hear the beliefs coming through again. Many minds, one mindset. We grow
yeah,
talent grows us. It all comes back.
exactly. We all we I feel a little. I'm a little bit nervous now, but I'm not that serious. And we have a lot of fun here, and a lot of humor. And yeah, I was saying I'm very pleased when I see the ladies coming at the nursery in the morning. But my office is just by the big offices just nearby, and I can hear them laugh a lot during the day. That's my I think the best thing I can get from them, to laugh and to discuss and to yeah.
That's lovely. That's lovely to hear. So a nice one about your heritage. How has your French and Greek heritage influenced your leadership style and hospitality?
Oh,
That's a big one.
yes, I would say that those two countries are pretty good to welcoming tourists, and I mean, hospitality is well known in France, and also in this Greece country. That's the Mediterranean side of the Europe, and yeah, the food is good, sun is here. Yeah, natural hospitality is also known there. But I would say that I've learned a lot here in Morocco, because in Morocco sometimes we would love to have a little bit more rigor or discipline, but I can tell you that those people naturally they have, as we say in French, the heart on their hand. I mean, they are very naturally opened to learn, very curious, like child, very ambitious also, because they really like to learn every day, very responsible. I mean, they appreciate also to own some responsibilities. So I learned a lot about hospitality here in Morocco, this fantastic kingdom.
Okay, and I'm not sure if it's up to you, but there's a question about the expansion plan in Morocco. So, do you know if there's an expansion plan? Do you have an expansion plan?
Yes, but we know that our president is very ambitious about Morocco. It was
Yes.
said, um, and we so far we've got nine hotels, but there is a new opening next month in Tarazout. In Tarazout, we have a fantastic resort just on the beach. But now we will have a residence, a Radisson residence also, a Radisson collection. The first one in Morocco will open in 1 year in Casablanca, and there are some other projects in Casablanca, and our developers, they are also looking for new properties in main cities like Fez. We were discussing about Fez,
Yeah.
and about Meknes and Rabat, also the royal capital. So for sure, I think the ambition is it's about having 15 properties before the World Cup. As you may know, we will have the World Cup. We share it with Spain and Portugal in 2030. So for sure, there is a great potential to have more hotels here with our
Okay. So
brands.
lots of opportunities to join Radisson as well.
Yeah, to join Radisson and to join Morocco.
Let me see the next one. Where do you see the biggest opportunities for innovation in the hotel sector in the next 5 to 10 years?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a wide subject. I would say we know that artificial intelligence is everywhere right now. So for sure, we've got plenty of new systems now that runs correctly. It's amazing to see now that our guests are coming in the hotel. They can get in their room by using their phone. They have these smart TVs and but for sure, certainly we will have a lot of changes coming in the next 10 years. If we talk about 10 years, I'm sure that it will not be the same hotels in 10 years. I am an old guy now, I'm an old hotelier, and I was at the beginning of my career, we didn't even have internet, or we didn't have a mobile phone. So I will be, it will be very difficult to say what could it be in the future, but definitely that we would have a lot of changes with the new technologies.
Okay, the new technologies. We'll see where that gets us.
Certainly, we hope we'll be a part of a human part for
The
sure.
human touch needs to
The
stay.
human touch needs to
Yes.
stay.
And then you've talked very inspirationally about how you keep your team together and the talent. In your career, who has been a mentor to you? Who has given you some wisdoms to grow your talent? Because we have a question about who was your significant mentor or influence in your career, and what did you learn from them?
I can say it very easily. It was Michel Stalport. Michel Stalport was previously in the company for many years, and he was my first GM in Nice. And so I made a large part of my career with, but we also had fantastic president, legendary Kurt Ritter, a long time ago, and after Wolfgang Neumann, and Federico is also very inspiring person. So yeah, Michel Sarport told me many times one sentence I always keep in mind: we are only truly rich in what we give. So he was giving a lot in time, in energy, in advice, in good vibes. So that's what I always try to do, because when we share a lot of time, as we said, with the associates and with the team members, I mean, that's a way to share experiences and advice. And he also said many times that stay curious like a child, ambitious like a teenager, because teenagers, they want to to grab everything and to see the world, and responsible like an adult. And when you grow older, you make sure not to lose any of them. This curiosity, this determination, and the responsibility, because as you are
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful
manager,
saying.
yeah, I like this
Yeah.
sentence. Curiosity of a child.
Yeah. Okay. And you talked about the talents and also learning from them. But how do you retain them?
Um, I mean, it's about trust. They know that I will always protect them. I will always defend them. Of course, if we don't agree or some mistakes are made, we discuss about it with a very transparent feedback, frank, direct, very, very important to discuss every day. We don't agree, it's not a problem. I mean, nobody has to hide his opinions or point of view. So important to share. So at least they don't feel a frustration not being able to express themselves. It's exactly like I can do here at my level when I talk to corporate at the corporate level or to the region with team or with Fed. So it's important that they can express. And after, as I said, to find them some new projects, so they have the feeling that they learn and they can keep growing.
So again, the value of open and direct feedback.
Yeah, definitely direct feedback.
Okay. This is a nice one. I think you'll be perfect to answer. How do you maintain such a level in Marrakesh in such a competitive market?
Very good point. Very, very good point. Competition is huge here in Marrakesh. It's if you get on booking.com, you will see it's more than 2,000 properties. And
Yes.
we've got all the brands. So it's also a fantastic market for us hotelier because all the brands are represented here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big competition for guests to gain a market share, but it's also a big competition to keep the best talents. Um, so we try to be the best in the way we treat them. For instance, we're talking about this nursery. I'm the only one
Mm-hmm.
to have this nursery, and we are doing a lot of other things just to have to keep an advantage. But it means that we are doing a benchmark very frequently to see what the other companies are doing for their teams in order to keep this advance.
I keep hearing about the team. I think your team is still the focus of your success.
Yeah, for
I think,
sure. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. People are really at the very beginning of any success, and it's not just a slogan or something, some
Mm.
just words. Team are the first guest. I mean, let's say a guest could not be pleased. I mean, it's not good, but if it's a majority, it's very serious. But sometimes one guest cannot be pleased, but the guest is leaving. I mean, he's going to spend 2 nights, 3 nights, 10 nights in your hotel. But your team, you have them for years and years. So if they are not pleased, I cannot. You can be sure that they will not be. They will not be please good. They will not have good behaviors
Mm.
with your guests. So treat your teams like you want them to treat your guests, and you have immediate results and good revenues, and it's a virtuous circle.
Absolutely. Yes. Very nice. And then, of course, that's an inspiration we can draw from you. But what keeps you going and inspiring you at work to continue?
Um, I think the pleasure to see that things are stone after stone growing in the good way. Um, Being very challenges with myself as you get older. I mean, you know better. I think what is good to make a business grow.
Mm-hmm.
Treat yourself good also. Sometimes in our industry, we could be tempted to take care of others a lot.
Yes.
It's normal. I mean, we are at the service. It's that's what I said to the young students I have. I mean, if you don't feel good by being at the service of other people, some people they just like to be served. I respect.
That's the wrong industry.
That's the wrong industry. They are not the good industry. But you should not forget that we have also to treat ourselves in a good way, just to be in a good shape. We say a good soul in a good body. It's important. It's important because I mean you cannot separate the professional you are
Mm-hmm.
and the personal guy you are. So because you need to be good in your head, good in your body to make a team move and go in the right direction. So I would say that.
Definitely. And going back, we already had a question before about what do you see in hospitality industry 5 to 10 years from now. But now someone else is asking how you think that artificial intelligence is expected to transform the hospitality industry,
Mm.
especially because we like the human touch so much and we are all about serving. But what can AI do for us?
Yeah, I think that it will never replace. Of course, there are some jobs we know, journalists, writers now, they worry a lot about the way artificial intelligence can replace them. I don't see how a waiter could be replaced. I don't see how a receptionist could be replaced. But we all know that now you have online check-in, online check-out. I mean, this certainly also for GOP reasons or for cost-saving reasons, we'll get to more and more automatic tasks that guests could do by themselves. But when we talk about memorable moments, when we talk about experience, it's always about interaction. It's about eyes contact. It's about
Mm-hmm.
the little sentence that you are going to say in the lift to the guest. It's about spending, having emotions. And I know that some people they can chat with ChatGPT for hours and they feel like it's like a friend. But I mean, this human part, I think, could not be replaced. I hope.
Being genuine, yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
it can.
yes. Being genuine, generosity, humanity, curiosity, all that, I think will remain.
Mhm.
So
So basically, take away all the admin and let us do the hospitality part.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, it will help to manage all the administrative tasks, and it will allow us to have more time to spend with guests and to discuss and with the staff also. Yeah, this would
Okay.
be good.
And then as a final question, from the listeners, basically. I think it's someone you know because it starts with, I know you are a resilient person. So I don't know who it is, but they know. But they want to know what your biggest challenge was and what you did and what you learned from it.
Mm. The earthquake 2 years ago was a really big challenge because during one night that at the second of the earthquake, the hotel was completely broken, and we had a lot of dramas with some team members. So it was really sad. We really had to take care of them because they were in a very bad situation. So yeah, it was a real shock for everybody. But as long as you have empathy and yes, and generosity, and here in Morocco, it's incredible the solidarity we can get from everybody. So it was something very warm to our hearts to see that everybody was trying to help everybody. But this was really a big challenge, and well, we managed it. If we have to imagine that we had 350 guests inside the hotel when it happened. So
Wow.
it was a big shock for them. It was at night, at the end of the evening, it was 11 o'clock at night. So they were almost all drank. So we had to take care of them. But we were very proud because the team, of course, they were afraid for themselves, for their family. But in this hotel, we were very proud because they stayed overnight to help and to make the guests more relaxed and
A real sense of community and coming
yeah,
together in a time of need.
it was a way to see that we were a real family and that they were not living like it happens in most of the hotels in Marrakesh, living just the GM by himself inside the hotel with the guests. They all stayed, and even in the next morning, some were coming earlier just to see what they could do to help, because it was a big mess, of course. So yeah, this is really touching, because we can really feel that we are part of the same community and the same family.
Yeah, so you have a very strong team and
Yeah,
a strong leader.
yeah, thank you.
So I said it last question, but I think people want to know more because I see now more questions coming in.
Mhm.
So what's the most important value someone should have to be able to lead teams of excellence?
Mm. Uh, I would say, as I said before a little bit, exemplarity is very important. I mean, you can tell anyone plenty of things, but if you don't respect what you say, if you don't do what you ask people to do, I mean, it doesn't work. And it happens. I mean, I've seen many times hoteliers or GM getting on the wrong side of the buffet. I mean, they think that they are guests inside the hotel, and
Hmm.
they are not very good in integrity after a while, because they think that they are guests. And but really to be to have this full integrity, I think it's very important. Exemplarity, I think that's the most important thing.
Okay, very good to know. And then, so sustainability is a big topic now. So of course, there's a question. What about sustainability? Are there any advancements or programs that you are working on?
Mm. Yes, we just finished the implementation of solar panels on the top of the hotel, so we were very pleased about this. Inge helped us a lot with this project. We are also working with some associations that can help us to how do you say, to recuperate to get all the things that we don't want to keep. For instance, the oil, the bread, the plastics, the glasses. They can make some monies with that, and it's a way to recycle all those things. So yes, it's very important I mean to continue with this kind of program.
Okay. I think that's it in terms of questions coming in. So as a closing question to you, basically, is there anything else you want to tell our listeners that you want to give as a piece of advice? Anything you want to close off with?
Now, as I said before, I really like this sentence that stay curious like a child, ambitious like a teenager, and responsible like an adult or like a manager. And when you grow older, make sure not to lose any of them. I think that's the most important. Now I can tell that because I'm getting older, about 60 years old. So yeah, I think that's three pillars for success. And once again, you cannot do anything without a team. It's fantastic to have success, but it's even more fantastic to share this success. So each time you can do it, share, even if it's a little celebration. We are doing James lunch here, we are doing the anniversary, we are doing the host of the
Hmm.
month. But each time we have a little thing to celebrate, we do it. It's very important, I think, from my end. point of view.
Amazing. Celebrating the successes.
Yes.
Kind of like we're celebrating yours right now.
Well, thanks a lot.
It was really, really wonderful having this conversation with you. Thank you so much, Fabrice.
Thank you, Amy. It was very nice also. I hope to see you see you all I can take reservations. We still have some rooms available.
I will come by, don't you worry.
With great pleasure.
Thank you, Fabrice. Have a
Thank
good day.
you.
And thank you for listening, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.